Okay, today I'm going to be showing you how to sidewire an outlet or replace a side-wired outlet. We've got our new outlet here. Anytime you're replacing outlets, you want to watch these breakaway tabs and you want to mimic exactly what you see. So if you're replacing a outlet that you see one of these tabs separated and broken away, you probably want to watch my video on how to replace a switched outlet, because that's an indication of a switched outlet, or just an outlet where the two halves have been separated and they're on their own circuit. Anyway, when you're replacing outlets, generally you're going to want to mimic what you see at your existing outlets, unless you're doing some more advanced changes. Okay. You're always going to want to use a circuit alert device or a lamp or something that you know that works, that's plugged in, to prove that your power is out. Obviously this one's on right now, and you always, when you use one of these, make sure you test it first, because sometimes the battery dies and you don't want to get a nice surprise when you go to work on something just because you thought you proved power was out but the battery was dead in your circuit alert device, sometimes also called a dead man stick. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go turn out the breaker for this. I'll take you with me to the breaker, and it's kind of convenient if you place your lamp where you can see it from your breaker box, then you'll know right away once you got your breaker. So I went ahead and flipped up my breaker. That one's conveniently labeled, which is good. Can't always trust the labels though. It's always better to prove things out here, prove that your power's out. Again, testing both halves of the outlet to make sure everything's out. Okay, we're good here. If your outlets are caulked on, you want to slice through the outer edge, and you can see kind of a big drywall patch here. It looks like someone had a happy foot and kicked a hole in the wall, but it's been repaired. Anyway, I'm going to slice all the way around here through the caulking. Whew. This one's a little tougher because it looks like that's like mud, not just caulking. Ooh. Oop, didn't want to do that. Oh well. Job security, right? I'm gonna have to come back later and touch a paint or paint. This one needs a full paint anyway, so no big deal. Okay. Now we can pull this apart here. Take a peek. Ooh, all right. There we go. I'm probably gonna replace that outlet. It looks pretty dirty anyway. So let's go ahead and remove these here. And again, looking at the side tabs, you can see the side tabs are both in place. Oh, this outlet's looking kind of dusty. Makes me glad I'm replacing these, just to make things a little better, a little safer. And stuff is probably just falling right out of this outlet when you plug it in. It's probably pretty old, so maybe 20 something, 26 years old, something like that. Anyway, and to remove these, it's got a quick release. So you can use like a small finishing nail, or I had a little flat blade on my Leatherman that worked perfect for this, but it actually broke off. So these multi-tools have a lifetime warranty. This is my fourth one. I've broken them. But anyway. So I'm going to insert this into my wire and pull it out here, assuming it's going to cooperate. This one's being a little tough, so I'm just going to use my multi-tool to hold this and push it in so I can release the wire, which is not going to cooperate this way. Let me go back to my piece on the multi-tool I was telling you about. Let's see if I can get that to work. Little flat screwdriver here. Oh, there we go. So that's the hot for the top one. And you want to mimic what you see. You know, like I said, unless you're doing some kind of wiring change, which may require you to get permit. Okay, there's our top neutral. Okay, our bottom neutral. And then on the ground wire, you can remove this screw, or if you have enough room, you can trim the wire. You can see it's just a bare wire that goes all the way back. On this particular one, I'm going to go ahead and just remove it. Which I probably should have just cut it, but it's alright. There we go. And when you set the curve on these, you always want to curve it so that it goes into the screw. Anyway, none of the breakaway tabs are broken off there, so it's all pretty straightforward. And I'm going to show you how to side wire these, okay? So here's our hot and neutral for the top, hot and neutral for the bottom. Now when you side wire these, you always want to curve your wire so that it goes the same direction as the turning of the screw. So on the hot side, the curve is going to go this way, it's going to curve up. And it's always black on brass, white on silver, green on ground, or bare wire on ground. And so that's hot on brass, neutral on silver, and green to ground, or bare wire to ground. Okay. Now for our bottom hot, again, this side is going to get curved up since the screw tightens down this way. And this way, as we tighten the screw down, it's going to turn the wire into the screw. Okay. And then on the neutral, we're going to curve these down because the screws get turned the other way from this position. Okay. Here's our top wire. Again, you can see as it's getting turned in, it's tightening it against the tightening the wire against the screw. Let's see if I can get it here on this side. There we go. Okay. Let's get in there. There we go. And again, as we tighten our screw down, it's going to draw the wire into the screw. And the same with our ground wire. If we didn't do it that way, then the screw would have a tendency to push the wire out of off of the screw. So we don't want that. We want it to draw the wire in, keep things tight. Okay. And tighten down our ground wire. There we go. And now we're going to fold our wires into the box so that everything fits. Very nice. Okay. Get our screws going here. Okay. What I've got is these new outlet covers I've got are these unbreakable nylon. And that means I'll be able to tighten down the set screw as much as I want. So that's going to help it stay a lot more secure. And I'll follow that up with caulking the outlet on. And caulking, it'll prevent any dust from getting inside there, as well as keeping everything from moving around, make it a little bit more solid, and also give a more uniform appearance. So it's going to do a lot for us to get it going. And we always want to set our plates vertical, our screws vertical. So anyway, it's tightened up nice and good there. And when I press on the outlet, it doesn't, well, I guess it does move around. These new ones are so tough that I work it in a little bit the first couple times. That way, it's not so tough for the people to use. And also, so it doesn't, so it's not so So it's not moving around as much. Okay. Anyway, now I'm gonna take my caulking and go ahead and caulk it in, and then I'll come back later and cut in the paint to cover all this, make it better. Okay. And this will just give us a nice uniform appearance and not look like any little bugs or anything are going to come crawling out of there or make a home inside there. Okay. I need to cover my slices up here. Okay. And like I said, we'll come back later with the paint, cut that in, make it perfect. Now I can go ahead and plug my lamp back in and turn the power back on. Okay. Go back to the breaker. Turn the power back on. There we go. And lights on. Okay, and we'll prove we got power on the top also. Same deal. And the lights on. So we're all set there. That is how to side wire an outlet or replace a side wired outlet. Good to go.